Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Say Kelsey Mindset and Manifestation YouTube channel and podcast, and can't wait to get started with you. All right, my friends, I have such a freaking good episode with you guys today. I know I literally say that every single time, but that's because every single one is phenom. So today we are going to be talking about how you can expand your mindset with your money, something that causes people a lot of anxiety, a lot of trauma. I know it used to do it for me a lot. So we're going to be talking about something that I did personally last week, and I immediately tracked it in like $100 2 days later. So I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I did. But first, I want to tell you guys that I just finished the edits for my Dream Girl manifestation book. Oh my gosh, I actually released this a few months ago. Really just didn't feel like it was ready, kind of felt a little bit out of alignment. But ever since I've done my ketamine journey, which by the way, I've been documenting on my YouTube channel, if you guys would like to watch it, it is there for you to consume. It has been such an amazing, incredible, transformative journey for me. And if you've been thinking about it, I would highly recommend it. So I wanted to let you guys know, I'm not exactly sure when it'll be available for purchase. It should be probably around next week or the week after. But if you don't already follow my mindset and manifestation page on Instagram or TikTok, it is at The Dream Girl Inc. INC at the end. Follow me for any daily tips. And of course, you'll be hearing about the Dream Girl book release if you're following me. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. I have my phone here. I have my notes here. I don't want to miss anything about this story. So we're talking today about how to expand your money mindset and literally changing your vibration right this second so that you can start attracting in more money, because who the hell doesn't want that, right? So it starts with something that you possibly already do or maybe avoid doing on a daily basis, okay? You're already an expert at thinking about money. Whether or not you're thinking about money in a way that serves you or in a way that does serve you is irrelevant, because you're still thinking about money, right? Okay, so it really started when I didn't get called in. Okay, so I'm a nurse. For those of you that don't know, I'm a nurse and I work on mom baby. I work very part-time, but I was originally scheduled to work Thanksgiving Day, which I signed up for because I was either gonna work Thanksgiving or I was gonna work Christmas. And because I have a baby, I just love Christmas. I was I'll work Thanksgiving, okay? So I get up in the morning, I'm getting ready, got my scrubs on, all the things, and I realize I have a text from the charge nurse, and she's like, hey, you're on call. And while I was really happy in that moment, I felt this twinge of bummer. And it's because when you're working on a holiday that you get time and a half, okay? I didn't realize this in that moment, but I realized I was starting to feel really bummed. I was kind of oh shit, I kind of wanted to make that time and a half, and so here I am, able to spend some time with my family, which I haven't literally had a Thanksgiving off in 5 years, because that's how long I've been a nurse. This is my 5th Thanksgiving working. I found myself glad that I got to spend the morning, and I ended up getting called in at noon. So I got to spend 6 hours that I would have been at work with my family and my neighbors, and we had some breakfast, and they came over and we celebrated and we took a nap and we watched football. It was great. But I found myself literally, genuinely damn, I'm kind of bummed out. And I even said that out loud to Connor. I was shit, I kind of wanted that holiday pay. And at first, I didn't think twice about it. I was just kind of oh, bummed out. I've always worked Thanksgiving. Kind of feels weird to me, And I finally caught myself in this practice way of thinking while I was brushing my teeth, right before I headed in at noon. And it's because, I said, for the last 5 years, I've worked every single Thanksgiving, and I have chose because 1, it meant that I didn't have to work Christmas, and 2, it was good pay. Okay. So even though I missed out on this holiday with my family, it always just made sense to me. Like I was like, oh, well, like it's just a day. Like we can just do Thanksgiving another day, which when I, like before I was in a serious relationship, like my family would just do it on like the Friday, or we do it on a Wednesday before, or like whatever. But like when you're with somebody else, usually, you know, like they go and hang out with their family, or they go and do something else with other people on that day, right? And I totally understand that. So I'm sitting there brushing my teeth, and I realized that I'm like, oh my God. Like I'm really, like I caught myself being on autopilot right now, like thinking about this practiced way of thinking about money that I have for a really long time. And I like love when this shit happens to me. And I'm gonna tell you guys what I did, because literally I changed my vibration in that moment immediately. And I got a check in the mail for $100 2 days later. No lie, I will show you guys, I'll tell you. So I love catching myself doing this shit, because these are the moments when shifts in your identity, in your unconscious, in your psyche, whatever you want to call it. Like these are the moments when shifts actually happen. If you will, I would call this a quantum leap, because quantum leaps are when you go from being one identity to the next really fast. And I feel like, yes, you can do, you can always change your beliefs and your perceptions and all of these things with repetition and over time, and like really like being consistent at it. But quantum leaps is when you like realize that, oh, I've been thinking this way. And like you just see it differently all of a sudden for whatever reason, like it's different for everybody. But like in that moment, I was just like, I can't unsee myself doing this right now. Like I don't know why I was thinking that way. Like I know better, but like now I can't unsee I can't unsee myself doing this. And it's just so much easier to stop myself and replace the belief and feeling right when it's happening, instead of like going back and reflecting and being like, well, what was I thinking? Like these are, if you can catch yourself, those are the powerful moments, because you're like, oh, okay, like I'm catching myself on autopilot right now. Like let's change it right now. And maybe you won't be like that right away if you're new to manifestation, but for those of you that maybe be a little bit more experienced, that'll be it for you, okay? So I realized that this was a great opportunity to reinforce the belief that money is an unlimited resource that exists in limitless abundance, and that I'll just attract that extra money that I would have made being at work on time and a half from some other source, some other way. Like it doesn't have to be me working Thanksgiving, but that has been my reality, because I believed that that was the only way that I could bring in more money, was through working holidays and getting time and a half. Okay, so I'm gonna break it down for you guys exactly, like step by step, what I did to immediately change my vibration and attract in $100 literally 2 days later. That was unexpected. Okay. So if you're not feeling good about something, maybe you're feeling kind of icky or kind of like kind of bummed like I was, ask yourself what your thoughts are. Okay. Like what's the quality of my thoughts right now? Why am I feeling this way? Like what's going on? So like, for example, mine was like, oh, like I wish I would have been called in instead of like being able to spend time with my family on a holiday just to make a little extra money. Ew. Like definitely like don't want to feel that way, right? Very limiting way of thinking. And then step 2, ask yourself if you want to keep manifesting more of what you were just thinking, because the simple fact that you were thinking it right then and there, if you don't interrupt that thought pattern, if you don't replace it with something more empowering, something more in alignment, something that is actually going to serve the direction that you want to go, you are going to manifest more of that, especially if it's happening on autopilot like it was for me. Okay. And I mean, obviously, like, don't shame yourself. Don't judge yourself. Like these are the beautiful moments where you're manifesting your life, because those are the moments that you're making those changes, right? Those are the moments that you are taking back control of your life and saying like, look, I'm choosing not to think this way anymore, because it's led me to where I am right now. And while I'm proud of where I am right now, I want to move in a different direction. I want something more. I want to expand. I want something greater. Okay. So step 3, ask yourself what thought you could replace with this thought. Ask yourself what thought you could replace this thought with that would serve you better and expand your mind. I'm always getting ahead of myself because I'm literally like, I say what I want to say and then I look down at my notes and I'm like, you just said that. So I'm sorry if I repeat myself. So in this instance, I replaced the thought of, oh, I kind of wish I would have gotten called in, even though that would have meant me not spending time with my family this morning on Thanksgiving. I replaced that with money is an infinite replenishable resource, and the amount of possibilities in which I can attract in money is infinite. I don't have to go to work on Thanksgiving in order for me to attract in the amount of money that I would have made going in and working time and a half, period. So like I mentioned earlier, 2 days after I did this very process, I got a check in the mail. Actually, it was 2 checks in the mail for $50 from a relative back east for a baby shower gift. Ma'am, I had a baby back in July. So like, this is very late. Like, and it's just amazing because you truly never know like what is in the works, like that you can't see, like, you know, like you just truly never know what is going on. And so like, don't limit yourself by thinking like, oh, well, I can only make this money by going in and working. Okay. Let me grab it for you. I'll show you. Okay. I'm not going to show you guys like the entire check because like, I don't know if that can be like weirdly cashed. I don't know, but I'll just show you guys literally right there. 11/23/2024 for $25. November 23rd, 2024 for $25. Amazing, right? So amazing. Okay, try this out. Let me know how it goes. If you try this out and it works for you, which I know that it will if you implement this, DM me and let me know because I just love hearing about this shit. Like I'm obsessed. Like I love hearing about like success and all of the things because like it is just so cool how powerful you truly are when you put your mind into something. When you like truly believe that you are powerful enough to make shifts like that in your life, and then you get proof like this, you're like, okay, like I'm tapping into some serious amazing energy here. Okay, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all the things. Follow me on socials for all things mindset, manifestation, and always, I love you. Thank you for being here. Mwah. I love you.